Hey guys, it's your boy CeeLo Not Green, and the Doom and Orisa reworks were just shown on the Overwatch Twitter account. It's going to be a super quick video, so let's go over this really quick. Let's start off with Doom. So, obviously as we know, he's a tank now. He's clearly a dive-focused tank, so his mobility is going to be vital to him being effective. So because of that, his base health pool has been increased from 250 to 450. His primary fire does a little bit less damage than before, but the rate of time his knuckle blasters shoot out is a little bit faster, so he can get out more damage that way. He has a new ability called Power Block. It's only a front-facing block, so sort of like a mix of Zarya's Bubble and Genji's Deflect. When he takes damage from it, it charges up his Rocket Punch, so that ability makes him go a lot farther, faster, and do a lot more damage, probably similar to what it does on live right now. It keeps the damage from the power block until he punches or he dies, so it's a use it or lose it type deal. The rework punch also charges up a lot faster, but the actual damage of an uncharged up punch can only do a maximum of 70 damage, so no more one-shotting people with no charge. I love this change. It makes it seem more like he needs to engage to actually be threatening. He can't just roll out and one-shot a squishy out of nowhere. He seems more tank-like rather than just being a frag machine as he is now. His uppercut is gone, and Seismic Slam now deals damage when landing and slows anyone caught within the cone of the slam, as well as now acting like Winston's Leap instead of being like a magnet to the ground like it is now. I'm not sure if it'll scale up the damage the longer he's in midair, but them not acknowledging this makes me think that it doesn't do that anymore. Meteor Strike stays pretty similar, except now it slows anyone in the slam radius and comes down almost instantly, as well as doing less damage. This Meteor Strike seems like it's more useful as an insta-slow CC debuff to anyone that lands on it and helps his team engage the enemy a little bit better. We also get a nice look at his redesign. Here he is this newer, less gold gauntlet, probably a newer one made by Talon, as well as having like Darth Maul horns on his head, as well as a furry cuff, and more African style tassels on his pant legs and around his belt. This man looks scary as hell, and I really can't wait to see him in action. Just based on all this, I can see how differently Doom will play. He still has his base identity of being a dive hero with a ton of mobility, but it seems his focus now is more on soaking up damage and then dealing it out in bursts, as well as hitting many enemies with slows to help his team finish off opponents. I am by no means a Doom player. In fact, he's literally my least played hero by far, but I still think he will be easier to play as a tank than as a DPS. The fact his health is so high is good for when he gets caught on cooldown. I don't know if he still has that overshield passive since there was no mention of it on this graphic, so we'll have to see when we play him on Tuesday. Now on to Orisa. Orisa is fundamentally a new hero in Overwatch 2. Almost nothing is the same besides Fortify, so let's just dive into this. First off, her shield, Halt, and Bongo are all being replaced with new abilities. Her primary fire is totally different. Orisa is now a close-range brawl tank, since her gun now shoots projectiles that are larger and do more damage the closer she is, and gets smaller and do less damage the longer the bullet flies in the air. It also now has a heat-up mechanic, so instead of ammo, you need to monitor how long you're holding down her primary fire button. If it overheats, you need to wait 3 seconds before you're able to start shooting again. Instead of Halt, her right-click is now Energy Javelin. It's a fast-moving skill shot projectile that has a knockback, as well as doing more damage to an enemy if they hit a wall, similar to DOOMFIST Rocket Punch. The two Nimbani characters are, seems like they're learning from each other. Fortify is still here, but has a much different effect on her. It keeps all the normal effects it has now, making her immune to CC and headshots, but now also slows her by a bit, gives her an additional 125 overheal, as well as making the heat up on her primary fire overheat half as slow as it does normally. She also now has a new ability called Spear Spin, which destroys all projectiles, pushes enemies back, as well as giving her a little bit of a speed boost when using it. Yes, this means that Orisa can negate Grav, Dragons, Pulse, and any other projectile that is coming her way. I believe Hitscan will still do damage, so any projectile-based attack or ability will be eaten by Orisa's Spear Spin. Her ultimate is called Terra Surge, and is completely different to Supercharger. When Orisa pops ult, she will start sucking people into her, but they can get away from it. It's not like a Grav where you get sucked in the middle, but instead you're just in that AoE where you start moving towards her. If you can escape it, you won't be affected anymore. On top of that, when Orisa is channeling her ult, she is charging up a big pulse of energy. If you wait the full cooldown, you'll deal max damage, but if you want to let that damage out a little early, you can shoot and it'll set off a weaker bit of damage. Hi, my name is CeeLo, Not Green, and I am a new Orisa main. She sounds so fun, it's unreal. She is a legit brawl tank now, and you cannot escape her wrath. You can close a distance with the spin, blocking damage and knocking people back, throw a spear to knock someone into a wall, and then pop Fortify and just melt people with her damage, and there's nothing you can do about it. Orisa is basically a new hero in Overwatch 2. She is completely unrecognizable kit-wise. In this image, she still looks the same as Overwatch 1, so I don't think they had their redesign ready, or they just don't want to show it yet, but regardless. The horse we know as Orisa is gone. Death Stallion is upon us in Overwatch 2. Okay. Crazy unexpected news drop today. I was in the middle of making another script as a news drop, so I guess I'll work on that later, I guess. Anyway, that's it for today. I'm sure we're getting something juicy tomorrow as well. I love this week leading up to the beta. It's going to be so fun. So with that, please like the video if you enjoyed or learned something new. Please subscribe and ring the bell icon to see more from me and get notified when I upload next. And comment below if you think these reworks are as amazing as I do. Okay, I'll probably see you tomorrow. And with that, I'll see you in the next one.